Hi YouTube, Susan here again, and tonight I have a programming video on the Garmin Nuvi 40LM. A fellow YouTuber and one of my subscribers has requested help in programming their Garmin Nuvi 40LM, and I was going to do this video tonight anyway, so it worked out really good. But thank you very much for asking, and here you go. For the sake of this video, I have been using my Garmin Nuvi 40LM for quite a while now, and I had it all customized to the way I wanted it and saved favorites, etc. But for the sake of the video, I reset everything to factory default so that we're all on the same page. This is how you're going to get it out of a box. It's not going to have anything personalized, so we're all going to start on the same page here. So first of all, you need to turn on the unit, and there's a on button right on the top. You just press that down till you see the Garmin sign come up and let it boot up. It's like any other computer. It's got to start up its program, and there you go. Okay, now first we have to select a locale. It needs to know where it is in the world to start with. So what you're going to do is move the arrow one way or the other. Might be easier going this way. As you can see, there's a lot of different places it knows about and can start from. Trying to get to the seas, because we're in Canada, Argentina, yeah, Brazil. There we go, Canada. Okay, so we're in Canada. Press OK. American English, British English, Francais, if you speak French, or other. Now, I don't know what happens if you press that. It's probably got other options once you go into that level. But for our sake, it's American English we're going to go with. So you press OK. Now it tells you register your product. To learn about features, updates, and special offers for your device, go to garmin.com/express. So that's a good thing to know because it's very good to register your product for like warranties, or if you have a problem with it, they can look up the registration and know where you are and all the details and can help you better. So that's an important thing to do. I've already done mine, obviously. I've had it for a while. So I'm just going to press OK. It says, don't attempt to enter route information or adjust this device while driving. Well, duh. You're supposed to be driving, not this stuff, right? Set this ahead of time. So it flips through to that. Now, this is the start screen, really. There's your time up in the center. And right now it's in 24-hour time, but that's one of the settings we're going to cover. This is your battery level, and this is your reception for your GPS signals. The more bars, the better. It's the same as a cell phone. You know, you want them. You want the more bars is good. You can tap where to and just enter an address. But for the sake of this video, we're going to go through the settings and set everything up the way we want to see it. You can view map, tap that, and the map just shows up, and that's it. And it'll just navigate from there. If you don't set an address, it'll just tool along and show you where you're at. The volume button brings up this screen. And you can, of course, make it quieter or louder. That's your own personal preference, or the surrounding area, like the sounds you've got coming in at you. You might need it higher or lower. So we're going to leave it at 80% for today. So just press OK. Now, what we're interested in is this little button in the corner that says settings. Notice this question mark in the top corner. That is a help button for whatever stage you're at. You'll see that in the corner where you can access help. So let's go ahead and go into the settings. You have system, settings, navigation, display, time, language, and the map. Okay, those are all the settings you can mess with. So let's start with system. Okay, GPS simulator, off or on. Simple. Okay, the GPS simulator, let's see, we'll put it off. See that question mark I was telling you about? Let's press this. Okay, system settings. There you go. GPS simulator enables or disables the GPS simulator. That is for when you're in a building and you don't have access to the GPS signals. You can simulate it so that you can work with the device where it would require a signal. It'll simulate it so that you can actually work with the device and do some setups and stuff. Units are sets, the units of measure used for distances. That's like we're in Canada, so we use kilometers. Safe mode enables or disables the safe mode, which disables all device functions that require significant operator attention and could become a distraction while driving. So it'll basically keep you safe. It won't ask you to interact with it to that level that would make it hard to operate the vehicle at the same time. It basically shuts it up and just lets you drive. The keyboard layout. Set the keyboard layout to A, B, C, D, E or QWERTY. Now QWERTY is basically like a computer keyboard, typewriter keyboard, old school, you know. That's a QWERTY. And quite often even cell phones are QWERTY. So you go with whatever you're comfortable there. I set mine to QWERTY. So about displays information necessary for registering or updating your device, including the unit ID, the audio version, the software version, etc. Right? It basically helps you out with all the stuff you need to know for that registration. Okay, so GPS simulator is off. Kilometers is our units. You can have kilometers or miles. If you were in the States, you'd want miles. But we're in Canada, so kilometers is it. Safe mode. I'm going to disable it because I'm not too worried about that. I'm not driving right now, so I'll take it off. QWERTY is the keyboard layout. Okay, and there's your option. A, B, C, D, E, or QWERTY. And I go with QWERTY because that's what I'm used to with everything else. So, press the about, and it will show you unit ID, software version, you know, all the stuff they told you that you'd need. Okay, back up. Okay, we're done there. That's system. Navigation. Now, navigation, your route preference. You can go faster time, shorter distance, or off-road. That is your preference. If you'd rather do faster times, if you need to get somewhere in a hurry, then you're going to look for the fastest route around to get there. Or you can go shorter distance, in which case it might take you, it's a shorter distance, but maybe it's not going to go the way you want to go or what you're used to going. So you're going to have to play with this and find out which ones work for you. Off-road, I believe, I mean, that's gonna be like four-wheeling. Maybe on a bike, if you have this on a bike, whatever. But we don't go off-road in our car, so we're gonna go with fastest time, the faster time. So I want to get there. Avoidances. You can check off what kind of things you want to avoid, and if there's a check marks in the box, that's what it'll know to try and avoid for you when it's trying to formulate a route for you. So let's avoid U-turns, toll roads, ferries, and carpool lanes, and unpaved roads. Oh yeah, let's avoid the unpaved roads. That's not so good for the car. So there you go. That's done. Now, display. Color mode, auto. Day or night. Now that changes your colors and the brightness. Nighttime, it's going to be dimmed down somewhat because you don't want something really bright glaring at you when you're trying to drive. So it'll tone it down a bit and adjust the light level for night driving, so it's not an irritation on your eyes. Daytime, obviously, it's going to be the opposite. It's going to be bright. It's going to be more colorful to combat from the daylight coming in the windshield, etc. Auto changes it automatically. When it senses that it's night, it'll adjust the color scheme and the brightness level. So we leave it on auto, and then we don't have to worry about it having to change, forgetting to change it. It just does it on its own. So we put it on auto for color mode. Screenshot, enabled or disabled. Now, if you enable this, see, it says touch the camera button to save a screenshot to the screenshot folder on the Garmin Drive. Now, if you want to remember on your map or take a screenshot of the map and keep that as a picture, you enable this, and then you can just simply hit the camera button when you are at the location and the map is reflecting what you want it to capture, and then you can just touch the camera button and it'll take a screenshot and save that to the drive. I'm going to disable it because I really don't need that feature. It's nice to know it's there, but I don't need it. Okay, brightness. Whoops, sorry. Brightness is at 50% because it's fairly dark in here. It's nighttime and I haven't got a lot of light going on in here, but you can increase it to 100 by 10s. Okay, or you can decrease. Don't want to go too dark. Okay, let's keep it there. There's 50% again. Let's keep it there for right now anyway. But that's another setting. Okay, back arrow. Okay, we've done system, navigation, and display. Now we do the time. Time format, 24-hour, 12-hour, or UTC, which is Universal Time Code. I don't mess with the UTC. It's not something I normally function with. I'm good with 12-hour time. If it's 12, it's 12. If it's 1, it's 1. If it's, you know, whatever. 24-hour is the whole thing. It goes to 12, and then it's 1,300, 1,400 hours. If you're in the military or something, you might want that because you're used to dealing with that. I'm used to the 12 hours, so that's what I set mine at. Current time, and it shows you 9:14. Okay, PM. Languages. Voice language. American English, Samantha. American English, Michelle. Samantha speaks street names. Now, this is one thing I've noticed with this GPS. It's not so clear on the pronunciation of some of the street names. It doesn't do things phonetically. It reads it like it sees it. So it's a little off, but if you're looking for the voice prompts when you're driving, turn left at da-da-da, you know, then you need to have her speak because it tries the street names. It does most of them pretty well, but there are a few that I've seen that just don't work. We know where we're going anyway, basically, and what the names are called, so it's kind of funny when it tries to and it mangles a name. But it's there are different languages depending on what you speak at home. There is these are preloaded. They're squirrely, which is a funny pitched squirrely noise. Team Garmin's Dave Zabriskie. I don't know. There's all kinds of languages, obviously. I'm going to go back with Samantha. That's the stock one. Text language is American English. Again, there's all kinds. We're going with American English. Keyboard, same thing. American English works. Now, map. Map. See again, we have the question mark in the corner. And map detail. Change the map settings, touch settings, and map. Map detail. Sets the detail level of the map. Map view. Changes the perspective of the map. Vehicle. Choose a vehicle for your map. That's basics. I mean, do you want a pointer? Do you want a car? Do you want a, you know, just basically how you want to represent your vehicle on the map to show you where you are on the map and where you're going. Map detail. Now, normal, more or less. This is normal. This is less. You can see the sample on the side here. And this is more. Okay, so let's go with normal for now. You can zoom in and out. Okay. Okay, let's go with normal. I'll come back to that one again and show you what the differences are once we go to the map. Map view, you have 3D, north up, or track up.
You know,
now,
and I don't want to have that happen anymore.
3D
Either, so.
3D is just like it sounds, three-dimensional, which is more interactive. You can see what it is. North up will always orient you north. North is up. So it'll twist the map so that north is always up. Track up shows you which way you're heading. It'll always go track you up on the map. So what we go with, I'm going to go with 3D. That's the one we prefer. Trip log. You can hide it, or you can show the trip log. That's where your travel has been. It will keep that up on the screen so you can see where you've been and all the turns and stuff. I choose to hide it. I really don't need to know where I was. I need to know where I'm going. So I go with that. Okay. Press the down button. There's more here. Map data layout. Okay, standard or more data. More data shoves a lot of stuff on the side and gives you a smaller map. So we go with standard to get the biggest map on the screen. The screen isn't all that huge, so it's better, I think, to get a bigger map than more data. But the more data, I'll show you. Okay. Keep going back. Okay, that is more data on the map. See, there's a stack of things on the side. Driving, elevation, time, speed. And each one of these you can change by clicking on it. Select data to display, direction of travel, elevation, time of day. So you can choose which one of those you want to put there. So direction of travel, northeast. Elevation is the next one. But again, you can change that. Okay, now the time's there. Change this one. Okay, put the elevation down there. So you can do that. Speed. This one shows your speed, your mileage, where your bearing is, northeast, elevation. Max speed was 92 kilometers. Okay. Max speed was 92 kilometers. Moving time 2 minutes 46. You know, it's all kinds of figures that if you need that kind of information about your trip, that can all be changed and set. Okay, so let's go back. Settings, map. And we're going to go back and go, you know what? No, give me standard. Standard map data layout. Okay, let's go back and see what that does. And there you go. It's a bigger map. It doesn't have all this stuff on the side. You do have your navigation here, northeast, and your speed. And that to me is the important stuff you need to know. This speed will warn you if you break the speed limit. It goes red. It'll think on you. That's kind of handy to have because if you're a lead foot of any kind, it'll kind of warn you, hey, you're going a bit fast, you know, and you can ease off a bit. I like it because it thinks on my husband when he's driving. It's like, hey, it's going red. If I can't see the speedometer, the GPS will tell me. That's funny. Anyway, so that's basically the layout. There isn't any more things to set here. Now, okay, I'm going to take you into here now. This is where to. Okay, you press that, and that's the screen you get. You get an address, go home, points of interest, intersection, favorites, or recently found. And you press down, and there's extras, cities, browse map, and coordinates. So go up here, and okay, let's address. Okay, select city or postal code in Ontario, Canada. See, it knows where we are. So you can say enter city. Let's go with north space. Oh, comes up. North Bay. There you go. And let's see. 200, say. Let's see. CAS. Oh, and it comes up with Castle Street. Okay. 201. There we go. And it comes up with the map. You can save this to your favorites. Enter a name for this. Okay. So we'll just put store. I don't know where this address is, but we'll put store. Okay, so done. Save to favorites. Okay. All right. 201 Castle Street. Tells you. Distance 6.1 kilometers. Takes you 7 minutes. Okay. You can press go. And it will take you to
Please drive to highlighted route.
Okay. It will guide you to the route and tell you the turns in advance. It'll count down, 250 meters, turn left, or bear left, or whatever. It'll get you there. So, since we're not in the car, so I'm not going to let it keep going. We hit stop, and it'll cancel out that route. Okay. Now, where to again? Favorites. Oh. Yep, store. It's on there. See? It pulls it up again. Okay. Points of interest. You can find any of these things. Food and drink, fuel, transit, lodging, shopping, bank or ATM. That's handy. Parking, entertainment, recreation, attractions, hospitals. That's really handy. It'll locate the hospital for you if you need it. Auto services or community or near something, right? The rest of that is pretty self-explanatory. If you don't have an address and you need an intersection, you can just simply press that. It'll come up with spell the city. Okay, so we do it again. There we go. Enter street 1 and then enter street 2, and it'll give you that intersection, and it'll take you to that intersection instead of an address. That's handy to have too. If you want, say you're meeting somebody. I'll meet you at so-and-so and so-and-so, and you can punch it in and it'll take you to that intersection and meet the person. So anyway, basically that's all there is to it. I would encourage you to use the help button on the corner. When you see that question mark, it usually has some useful information. And I encourage you also to play with it. Customize it to how you want to see things. Try different settings and find out which amount of data works for you. Which voice works for you. There's no right or wrong. There's no best setting. It's whatever's best for you. So basically that's the rundown on this. And as I said, we've used ours for quite a while now, so we're liking it. There are a few things that could be changed for the better, but that's with anything. Anything is always able to be made better. Nothing's perfect. It's all man-made. There's going to be glitches. There's going to be problems, and they'll improve on the product and they'll sell more, and you know, that's the way life is. But for now, we're really still impressed with this. It does have trouble with some street names. It has, so far we found one street in our city that it can't find for some reason, even though the maps are up to date. But that's an issue for Garmin. We're gonna call them and say, hey, you know, what do we do here? And the pronunciation of the street names sometimes not quite there, but it tries. But overall, it's a good GPS. It's got nice features. It has exceptional reception for the signals. Our TomTom that we used to have could not get signals inside the house. This one has no problems, as you see. But overall, it's a good one. So I hope this has helped, especially for my subscriber that has asked for help in programming. I hope this little walkthrough has helped you. Please feel free to comment or ask more questions in the comments. That's great. And I look forward to hearing from you. And please give this video a thumbs up if it helped you out. And subscribe if you'd like updates on anything else I upload to my channel. And as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next video. Have a good night.